Well, hello and welcome everyone to number 38 of the podcast. Episode 38. That's pretty exciting.
Yes, we're late.
It is Thursday, January the 28th of 2021. I am Jenn, and this is my son, Dan.
Janet. And for once, I can say it's not her fault. And it's not my fault. I don't want to hear it.
It's nobody's fault.
It's your work's fault, and blame them wholly.
So we need a proper welcome before I can move on.
I think we should start bringing drinks onto the podcast.
We always have, haven't we?
No. We've never, when I said that, I also meant more like, oh, what are you drinking upon this podcast? I'm drinking some green tea herbal with lavender citrus.
How about if you welcome us to the podcast?
Welcome to the podcast! Podcast! Yeah!
Oh, yeah. So I will be drinking Diet Coke and
I have some
water and maybe some coffee. Who knows? And what will you be drinking tonight, Dan?
Primarily some Game Fuel Wild Cherry Blast. No, Charged Cherry Burst. How dare I? And I picked up a new flavor of adrenaline shot called Watermelon. I thought it said Watermelon Shatter. That's a way cooler name.
Yeah, so I apologize. I had a work
meeting
you need
thing. Not apologize. As a matter of fact, I know your boss watches this, and they will comment down below.
No, it was a union meeting. It was
all right. Well, your
work related.
Your union will comment down below about how they are so sorry for delaying this incredible piece of content.
No, they won't. They really won't.
Content. Sorry, I had to do that for my channel.
Okay.
I'll have Brandon grab that later.
And
so what's tonight's first topic?
Well, I also wanted to say whether you're joining, but whether you're joining us live or watching this replay later on, let us know what you're drinking while you're watching the podcast.
Oh wait, there's going to be a replay later on? That means they can watch this glorious piece of content anytime they please?
Yes, they can. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you're notified when we go live and when we upload new content. And we have a lot of new content coming your way the next month or so.
There's going
to be a lot.
It's almost as if they can even take that notification bell thing a step further by hitting all when it's asked what notifications you'd like.
They can do that, absolutely. And so we are back. We were off last week because we were in Disney World, and so tonight we are going to be discussing our trip and things that we did. This may span over 2 podcasts, perhaps. It just depends on how in depth we get into the topics we're going to talk about. So,
depends on how much fun we have talking.
Overall, it was a great trip. It was a lot of fun. The weather was great.
Actually, one thing before we get too deep into this, comment down below because I just thought about this. How many of you just listen to this in the background? How many of you don't even look at the screen? Because I'm thinking we could just put this on Spotify and things like that.
Well, we can do both.
Well, but
sometimes
because you can take the upload and put it on After Effects.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, but there are some fun visuals that tend to happen on occasion.
On occasion, yeah. But we could broaden our horizons with Spotify and other platforms. It just came to me. I figured
that may happen at some point for sure.
How many of you are audio purists out there?
So,
put AP.
What would you like to discuss first about our trip? Do you want to discuss it day by day? Do you want to discuss it how would you like to do this? I have a couple of ideas.
Okay. Well, wow, I am starting to wake up a little bit there.
This is my new Mickey hat that I bought while I was down there. It's sparkly.
Here's something we could do. We could do a park by park.
Okay, we can do park by park.
And then if we want to jump around to day by day, we can do that as well.
Okay, well, let's discuss, because we went to the Magic Kingdom first, and the Magic Kingdom vlog was uploaded earlier today, and our travel vlog going there was uploaded, I believe, yesterday. I'm going to be working on 2 dining vlogs to put in between our Magic Kingdom day and our Hollywood Studios day. So 2 dining videos will be coming out soon.
So it's almost as if there's a lot of new things coming out in the future, like very soon. So they should probably hit that subscription and notification bell in order to make sure they stay up to date with all the new videos coming out. Oh,
that is the truth. Okay, so let's start with Magic Kingdom. We can talk about, day 1 or however you want to do it. So discuss. What would you like to talk about specifically?
What? All right. So, what is one of your favorite things that took place during that in particular? Because for me, it was mostly food related. So I'll let you start.
On the Magic Kingdom day? All right, we're talking just the first Magic Kingdom day.
We'll say both of them told. Just anything we did within that park.
Within the park. Okay, so we did go there 2 days. We went there on our first day and our last day. So I would say I really enjoyed getting to hang out with the baby a little bit. Little Jacob is so adorable. And I didn't get to ride with them. Paul actually rode with them. But Dave and Chrissy and Jacob and Paul, and the rest of us were on another, in another honey pot. We rode Pooh Bear, and that was Jacob's first ride. And that was fun. They said that he had a little bit of a reaction during the thunder and lightning part. But it just, the whole thing, just being there, just getting to experience things with Chrissy because it was her first time. She really enjoyed Space Mountain.
She did really like that.
And
yeah.
I think, did she get to ride Big Thunder?
On that last day? She rode Big Thunder.
And I think she really liked Big Thunder too. When I talked to her, I think she really enjoyed that as well.
I think it was Splash that they skipped out on. Also, I just realized, after we're done this little park segment, we'll have to do out of park.
Yes. Well, and
I realized there's a lot we actually did out of park.
And I'm gonna take this off because it's actually, I feel like it's
I'll wear it then.
Okay. But I feel like it's
pretty in pink.
Feel like it's
All
blocking
right,
my please don't.
head.
No, don't adjust my hat. Please don't.
Okay.
I don't like my hat being adjusted. My hat.
All right.
So we also took the baby on Pirates of the Caribbean, and that was fun. He slept through the whole thing. He fell asleep in line and just slept through the whole thing.
Yep. I think there's something else he slept on, at least partway through.
Not that I know of.
Oh no, it was Jungle Cruise. He just didn't pay attention.
He wasn't on Jungle Cruise.
Or the other safari. He just wasn't paying attention through most of that.
Well, he was a little bit sleepy, but then he woke up just before we got on it, and that's Animal Kingdom.
Yes, it is.
So, we also took the baby on the Little Mermaid ride at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
I guess he enjoyed it. It was kind of hard to say. His parents really didn't say much.
Well, it was hard for him to... So, I can say something because I was right next to him.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, he didn't get to see too much because they had him strapped toward them.
Oh, okay.
So he would try to look left and right.
Oh.
He's like, where is it coming from? And be in front of him.
We also took him on Carousel of Progress, and he was watching the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
He was like really into watching it and stuff. And he's only, for those of you that don't know and you didn't see the vlog, Jacob is only 5.5 months old. But he
doesn't look it.
He's a little smarty pants, that's for sure. So, I mean, I just had a good time overall. And then that first day when everyone left, and a lot of this is fresh in my mind because I just edited the vlog earlier today.
Yeah, that definitely helps you.
Yeah, so because everybody pretty much left when there was about an hour left in the park.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
So me and John and Paul all got to run around. I love that last hour and a half or so of park time before they close. because you just start running from ride to ride to ride, and it's so much fun.
I will say it was a very different vibe, not having the parks flooded, and I think that took a lot away from it for me.
Yeah, crowd level was low, which is fantastic.
It was fantastic, but I think it took a lot away from it for me because I was
Some of the energy.
Yeah, I was just getting so tired, like really early on, and then we go eat and get some energy back, but then I'd die real quick again. So I think that zapped a lot. It was a very different energy.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I liked that was new for us was the picture on the Haunted Mansion. Didn't you see those?
No.
Yes, there are pictures taken now on the Haunted Mansion, and they're in black and white.
Oh.
And it's really, really cool. I liked that. I liked that you get a picture on there. I like on-ride photos. I love those.
I thought I was really tired, but I might have just had too much caffeine because I am like shaking.
So, okay, what else in the Magic Kingdom?
I really freaking love that's not the name. Cosmic Rays. I can't get Sunny Eclipse out my head.
Now I kept calling Sunny Eclipse Cosmic Ray.
Yeah.
I kept calling him Ray, and I'm like, no, that's Sunny Eclipse. I had to keep telling myself, like, so there's...
I absolutely love
Haunted
Cosmic
Mansion.
Rays. I thought I was missing a mouth. Like, I thought that just some freak show from a horror game. That is all I saw for, like, the first half second. That's pretty cool. Obviously, that's in the first frame of the...
It's
where
where
that's not even...
you go past the
mirrors.
Those pictures that are... And the lightning's flashing
Oh,
in them.
duh.
That's where it is in that first hallway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was...
By the way...
It was great.
Nope. In Big Thunder, the bats that dangle, like are those new?
No, that's been there.
Okay, so I didn't remember them at all. And because when Paul and I went, we were in the very last car. And I guess the speed of the train caused one of them to just go flying. Because one of them, the first one I see, comes down and like swoops by my face. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No. And so not having remembered they were there,
right.
A glow in the dark bat swinging in front of my face really threw me off. And then Paul just kept yelling the whole time. Basically pulled a Brandon. Why is it going so fast? Like,
because you're in the back.
Yeah, he's like, and when we got off, I'm like, yeah, it's because we were in the back. He's like, even so, still though. I'm like,
yeah.
No, and we had a full train too, so it wasn't like it wasn't pulled.
Right,
like,
yeah.
We were getting ripped apart.
So should we move on to...
Was there anything else worth mentioning? I didn't get Pecos bills, and I was very upset about that. Alright, so what park do you want to move on to? I say we save Hollywood I say we do Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot.
Well, why don't we...
Something of that nature. Or we can go to the out-of-park days.
Okay, or do we want to discuss it? Sorry, I might be switching this up a little bit. Like rides, food, transportation, COVID restrictions, like more categories.
I think yeah. I think we can do the categories like by park kind of a deal. Like,
okay, so
combine.
Well, let's go. Let's talk Epcot. Epcot was our third park day.
Freaking love Epcot.
So it was Festival of the Arts. Yeah, you should have been wearing that on this podcast. We were not very well prepared for that then. But it was Festival of the Arts while we were there. It had been in full swing for, I guess, 2 weeks. So Festival of the Arts, they have all all kinds of art that you can look at and buy, and a lot of the artists are actually there. And on some days they'll have them sign their work and stuff like that. There was also, of course, you have your culinary arts and all kinds of other stuff. But the food booths is what we specifically went to partake in at Epcot. We did
Those
do
were
rides.
so yummy.
We did do rides. We went to Soarin'. We went to Living with the Land. Later in the evening, yeah, we did the Mexico ride. We did the Frozen ride. Paul and I got to do Test Track. And Spaceship Earth. So we did get to do some stuff, but for the majority of the day, we walked around the countries. We started in Canada and worked our way around, which I think was a good call.
Still complete opposite of what you should be doing. You should always end in Canada. I can't believe we did this.
Yeah, but food-wise, it was the best decision to make.
Food-wise, that was definitely the best decision, because you started off in what my opinion was basically worst to best.
Yeah, so John and I got the orange creamsicle shake, whatever it was, in the Orange Bird cup, sipper cup.
Man,
and it was delicious.
We didn't bring the thing.
I know, we needed the booklet.
And
we were not prepared for this podcast. We're idiots.
We were mentally prepared.
Sort of. So we started with that. Then we moved on, and I know that we got the mushroom risotto.
Sorry, I'm reading this can.
The mushroom risotto, right?
Yes, mushroom risotto.
That mushroom risotto was so good. That was in a booth just before Canada, and it was really, really good. Do you remember the next thing that we got? We must have moved over to... It was just after France, that pavilion. It was a new pavilion, started with a P, but that's where we got John got the seafood cocktail.
Yes.
And we got that dessert, the dragon fruit.
No.
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit, and had dragon fruit jam.
Yeah. So that was a passion fruit mousse. Oh my gosh!
I still want to try that octopus again. Not particularly because I liked it, but because I have no clue how to feel about it.
Yeah,
I'm still really, that bothers me.
The chilled seafood cocktail was it was octopus, it was scallop, shrimp, and I thought there was one other thing with it, but I don't remember now.
I don't know, but it was layered over top squid ink. And it was spicy, which I didn't think squid ink was spicy.
I have no idea because I don't eat it. But the passion fruit mousse was so good. And then what did we get after that? You guys got something from Morocco that had a little kick to it.
That was the rib.
And and I took one bite.
I can't remember what was on it.
Yeah, I took one bite and I was like, "Whoa, okay, you guys can have that." It was really spicy.
To be fair, if you're not, I don't think you have a very high spice tolerance. I don't have a particularly high one, but I'm definitely a little above average. And it wasn't horrible.
Well, to me, it was quite spicy, and because I wasn't expecting it, it made it even.
Yeah, if you weren't expecting that definitely would have.
And then I guess our next stop must have been America, where we got the beef Wellington. Yeah. We got beef Wellington, and what was the thing that you had gotten? You got something different.
No, I had gotten beef Wellington as well.
Oh no, John got the seared scallop.
Yes.
And the only reason why I didn't do that, I like scallops, but I didn't do that because I knew it was one scallop. I knew that's all it was.
Yeah, some of the, as we'll go on to mention, some of the descriptions that they put on the menus were a little deceptive. Probably not intentionally. I don't think they would intentionally, but they were definitely very bad oversights.
We also got... Did we get two? Yeah, we got 2 of the chocolate chip cookies for Paul and Rachel, and they looked like a painter's palette, and it had like 3 dabs of icing on it, different colors, that they could like paint it, and it came with a paintbrush. It was really cute. The cookie itself was delicious.
I will say, I really liked the cookie. For
It was
whatever
good.
reason, the icing I did not think tasted good at all.
I don't think I had any with the icing on it.
I had a very little bit with the icing on it, and you know when you go to bite, you kind of get that scent inhale.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just felt like I was inhaling paint, which was not what I expected out of a cookie. But to each his own.
Right. So.
But I later went on without you guys.
Yes.
With
So
the
what
kids.
did you get? Because that was,
So-
I think that's where John and I stopped.
Yes, that's where you guys
Okay.
stopped, and then we got the prime rib, which was, oh my god, really wish we went back for more, but I wasn't. Yeah, and then
Where was that at? Italy?
No. Prime rib was because I think it's like braised something prime rib, so it's like Germany or right after Germany, that kind of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
then
I know the one thing
between
you got.
Italy and Germany, in that transition, or maybe it was in Italy.
I think you said it was Italy.
It might have been in, at the very least in the book, it was Italy, and then it was said in between. If it
Okay,
was,
gotcha.
But it was fried risotto balls with sausage over a sauce, which it was very tiny. It was like minced sausage meat put into the sauce. There's very little of it. It didn't add much flavor. It was pretty deceptive because the way it was worded, it made it sound like you're getting a link.
Well, what was the thing that you guys liked so much?
Oh, the prime rib. It was prime rib.
But I thought you called it something else. I thought you just called it ribs or something before. It was something. You called it something else. It wasn't prime rib.
Then
it might have been.
That must not have been what we. There must have been a third thing. Because there's prime rib, fried risotto balls.
Because it was something that all three of you really liked it.
Then it's the prime rib, 100%.
Okay, well then it must have been. You called it something else because
Okay.
you did not call it prime rib last time.
I was probably calling it by whatever the menu was saying. But yeah, that was freaking great.
Yeah, I wish you had taken pictures or video of something.
I was
so that
really
I
tempted
knew,
to, but I
because
also
then I would have
know
known what the heck you were talking about.
Yeah, I also just knew the quality would have been different.
So, our Epcot day was very good. It was very good. And all the food, it was just fun walking around there. Like if I'd lived there, I'd probably go every weekend and just go to a couple different booths and eat and go home. Like it was so good. It was fun. Okay, could you not make that face? If you don't like it, then don't drink it.
No, I liked it. I just didn't expect it to be a Jolly Rancher.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So that was Epcot. Hollywood Studios. What did we eat there?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Oh, we ate in Galaxy's Edge.
Edge.
Yeah, we ate at Docking Bay 7.
That was...
Overall...
I don't remember.
Well, overall, I have to say it wasn't that good.
I don't remember.
I got the pot roast,
Was
and I
that
think
when
Uncle
we
John
were-
did too.
Oh,
I don't know what you
The
got.
chicken was so good, though.
Yes, that chicken, that is the one thing there that I will say was very delicious.
I'm trying to remember what I got. I want to say it was meat.
I thought you got the chicken as well.
If I got chicken, I got a different chicken than they got. Because I did not get the...
I thought it was the same thing.
No,
but
I definitely didn't do that.
yeah, Docking Bay 7, we weren't crazy about the food there.
Just rectangular chicken bits.
But
Good.
then, right after that, we looked at the time, and I said to John, Ronto Roasters closes at 3. We've got about 25 minutes, maybe 20. It was like 20 to 25 minutes. I said, let's walk over there, which is literally out the door and several steps that way. And I said, let's mobile order a Ronto wrap. Everybody raves about this Ronto wrap. And knowing we only had one day in this park and they were closing in like 20 minutes. So I mobile ordered a Ronto wrap. They said it was ready. We went up, we grabbed our Ronto wrap and sat down. I tried it, John tried it, and Dan tried it. And go ahead, you give your impressions of it first.
So
if you remember.
I remember that vividly. I would not decline if somebody handed it to me, but I definitely wouldn't go out of my way for it. Like, I didn't think it was that great.
Okay.
I'm also just not a slaw kind of guy.
Okay, so the Ronto wrap is a pita with a slice or two of pork, like pork loin, and then a sausage in the middle with the slaw on top of it. And then you fold it in half. It's folded in half.
Wasn't there some kind of sauce on the sausage itself?
No, there was some type of sauce on the slaw.
That's
whatever,
what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
So this, when I tell you that doesn't sound, to me, that doesn't sound appetizing at all. I'm like, I like sausage. I like pork, but I don't know how I feel about this.
It's
I
a lot
think
better
John
than it initially sounds.
I think John may have taken the first bite. I don't remember.
Correct. Yeah, he sniped one before we even got to the table.
So then I took a bite, and it was really good. I mean, Dan says he wouldn't go out of his way for it. I would go out of my way for this thing. It was very, very good.
Yeah.
It was really good. The sausage had just enough bite to it to counteract the tangy sweetness of the sauce that was on the slaw.
Yes.
It was so good. When we go back to Disney, we will not be eating at Docking Bay 7. We are going to go get a Ronto wrap.
Well, I will be eating at Docking Bay 7.
Okay. Well, the kids can eat at Docking Bay 7. I am eating a Ronto wrap, and they also have breakfast there, and they have a breakfast Ronto wrap too.
But I think it's now that I might like.
With eggs and stuff.
I think that might also just be a more specific. Like, if you don't like coleslaw in the least, it might not be your favorite thing, kind of a deal.
But it doesn't even taste like coleslaw.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But I think.
I don't know. I don't know what that slaw is, what they put in it.
I don't either.
But it is so good.
But to me, like, I definitely still got the slawiness of it. I don't even know how to describe it, because it's not the flavor necessarily that was off-putting. It was maybe I'm a texture person. I don't know.
And you know what? I just realized we're really not prepared. At least I'm wearing Mickey.
No, we're not prepared.
But I was going to wear my new Spirit jersey, and I didn't. At least I put the hat on, I guess, for the first part of this. But yeah, we're just slackers. But no, my meeting went late. So, okay, so let's move on. Oh, well, we only talked about food there. So let's discuss
Galaxy's Edge overall is the best part of that entire park. You move on to, honestly, if you want to see any parts of those rides or our opinions on the Galaxy Edge in general, you should just go watch the vlogs as they come out.
When I put that vlog up, you'll see. Yeah.
I'm not even going to go over my opinion on that again.
In fact, I still need you to...
yes. I forgot about
I need that video because...
I will do that.
Because the next park vlog I do will be Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
And I am going to separate Rise of the Resistance from the park vlog.
For very good reason.
Yeah, I'm going to make that its own video.
It'll be long enough for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because Dan and I went on it separately. John and I stayed and watched the baby while everybody else went on it. So he filmed, which I didn't know he was going to do.
I didn't know I was going to do. I just kind of did it on the fly.
And then he wound up filming the whole thing. I wound up filming highlights, but I have everybody's reactions. So I think we're going to do a little something where I put those two videos together and make it one Rise of the Resistance video.
I definitely... I don't know. I knew the whole ride going into it, and I was still, shocked by certain things.
Yeah, I was still just blown away by the massiveness of it. And there were some things I thought were...
We're giving away too much. They have to go watch the vlog now. Anyway, so...
After it's up. It's not up yet. That one's not up yet.
Oh, that's not up yet, yeah. Going on to the rest of Hollywood Studios, though. Toy Story Land, I personally think is overrated.
Oh, I think it's great.
Slinky Dog's coaster's great.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
I never personally got the deal behind Toy Story Mania as much, just because we had it here. I literally played it nonstop. I didn't have to go to the park.
He means here at the house.
Yes.
We had it like for Wii or something, but
and so I didn't have to go to the park to play that, and it was literally the same exact thing.
But I have always
and
loved.
More.
I have always loved Toy Story Mania. I don't care. I can't get enough of that. And then Alien Swirling Saucers was new for us as well.
I'm trying to
that was a fun little ride. My phone is chiming. That little ride was so much fun. Did you wind up going on it?
Not.
You didn't go on it with Polly? Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
I watched Baby, and then I went on
I don't even know.
Mania.
I don't even know if my reaction to the ride itself will be in the vlog because I was videoing while on the ride. So you hear me like cracking up and everything as we're riding it. I mean, I thought it was hysterical. We also got to do Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
I hate the fact that I enjoyed that ride so much.
It was so good.
I want my freaking movie ride back.
But it was not only was it really, really good, and the technology of it was like unbelievable.
It was really good.
It was really crisp colors.
It was really freaking good. I can't lie.
It was so good. It was so cute. And Paul and I actually got to ride it 3 times.
Honestly,
so
I want to know how
fun.
they do the computerization on the cars.
It's amazing, right?
Because there's no, like, as far as I can think of, to me that means they probably have some kind of randomized. Oh, you know what? That's what it is. I've got it figured out. Never mind. It's all RNG, but that makes sense.
It's projection mapping. It's all projection mapping. But it's really incredible projection mapping.
Oh, that's not what I mean. I just figured because they're all pre-planned routes.
Yeah.
So I was more so trying to figure out the fact that you can start in one car and end in another.
Right.
Threw me off so much.
Yeah, like you start in position 1, you wind up like in position 3
that's
on the
what
way
happened
out.
To us.
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
I was trying to figure that out for the longest time, and I just never thought about the fact that it's randomly generated. They just pull a number, and that's the path your car takes, and that'll decide what position you go back into.
Yeah, it's really...
That was such an obvious thing. I don't know how I oversaw that.
It's really pretty amazing.
I was probably blown away by the animatronics because what the hell, Disney, but congrats on your animatronic fame. I hate you.
So, and technically I don't think there's any animatronics in that ride.
How?
That's all projection mapping.
But does that not... Do the bodies not technically count as an animatronic?
There's like a... So there is a form there, but it's projection mapped. If you're looking at it...
I get that.
Yeah. But I don't think that... Like what you're talking about, I don't think that the things actually move. I think it's all the projection mapping that's
you don't
moving.
think they move at all?
Right.
That'd be kind of...
Except, well, okay, I'm sorry. There is one animatronic, Daisy. Daisy is an actual animatronic.
Yeah, that's just a full-on animatronic.
She's an actual animatronic, yes.
Because...
And you probably didn't see it, but it is in the vlog. If you look, once I put it up, if you look really carefully and really quickly, there is one throwback in there to the Great Movie Ride.
Some poster?
Where was it? In the carnival, yes, in the carnival section, when they're up in the air, down in front of you, Donald's in a booth or whatever, and next to him, there is a poster there. It's down low, and it says the Great Moving Ride.
You know, I saw that booth, and I saw Donald. I didn't see the poster, and now I'm upset with myself.
Oh, I focused on it purposely in the vlog.
Well,
but
you already knew
last
about
long.
it as well.
Yeah, it doesn't last long.
I found the castle thing in Aladdin on my own eyesight, so...
And then we also you got to do Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh, so much fun.
I got to do Tower of Terror, which I love.
I wish I filmed that purely because of John's reactions
Well, the
Especially,
problem is that you might have a hard time hanging on to the phone because it's a fast
yeah,
one.
but especially right at the beginning, that was the funniest. That beat out Brandon's reactions on Primeval World by just very calmly hearing someone go, "Yeah, I still don't remember any of this. Yeah, no, this isn't ringing a bell. Oh, so much. What's happening? I don't remember any of this. I'm divorcing your mother."
Did he say that?
No, he did say something like, "Oh, he at one point once he finally gained his bearings, he just started being retarded." And he goes, "I don't know who your mother was dating. What's happening?" And we get off the ride. He's continuing to charade. He's like, "Who did your mother go with to Disney without me?
I
'Cause I'm
didn't go
confused."
on it with him. He went on it like with somebody else.
Yeah, he knew that.
He went on it with Rachel.
No, it was with me and Paul, I think. Okay.
You and Paul went by yourselves.
Right.
And I think John, like a couple of years prior to that, went on with Rachel. And then I went on with Rachel. A year later, and then you guys went on.
Yeah, me and Paul.
The year after that, yeah, whatever it was.
That was still the funniest reaction I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
You could tell when it went from being serious to not serious, but it just sounded serious the whole time. It's so funny. And at one point, like right as we start to end, Dave and Chrissy were like 2 cars back, and they only, which by the way, Disney, put the music back in the queue line, you animals. You killed like half the experience. Anyway, so but once we were getting off the ride, I just go, "Dude, look like a lady," and I just hear Dave fall apart laughing, like he didn't expect me to.
That's funny. Okay, so I think we pretty much covered that for the moment. Animal Kingdom. So Animal Kingdom Day was a little weird. We all went straight to Safari first.
That was a weird day.
Took Jacob on that. He was so well behaved the entire time. Like anything that we took him on, he was so well behaved. And let's see. So after we did that, we started walking over towards Everest, I think. And people were starting to talk about maybe eating and stuff. Well, so we decided we were going to do one of the walking trails first. And Dave and Chrissy decided they were going to go eat. So they backtracked to Africa to go eat. And so we did this walking trail. We saw the tigers and everything. And then we came back and decided, well, why don't we go eat too? So we went over to Restaurantosaurus because I knew that I could mobile order and that we could sit inside. And it was a hot day. That park is so hot. So we went in, we're sitting there eating, and then we got, I guess you got a call from Dave?
Yeah.
Somebody got a call from Dave.
I got a call from Dave.
Saying they weren't feeling well. And they thought maybe it was something that they ate. So, they left.
No. It was originally, I think, about Everest.
Oh, they were going to... They were going to go to Everest.
They were going to go on. They were at Everest, and he opened the call on the topic of, I think we're going to get on Everest, or he said, "Where are you guys?" I'm like, "We're here." He's like, "Oh, well, we're going to try and get on Everest. We need someone to watch baby." I'm like, "I'll be right over." He's like, "No rush. Finish your food." I'm like, "I'm already done." So these people are just slow. And then I ran all the way over there, and after I got there is when I was informed that they were both feeling like garbage.
And then didn't Everest break down too?
As they got in line, it broke down, and they were like, "All right, well, I think we're just going to go back because Chrissy already threw up. I feel like crap. I think we're dying because of chicken." That was a great time for me. So I then ran with them all the way back across from Restaurantosaurus, not to Dinosaur, but in the other direction toward Dinoland. Showed Dave the bathroom. Christy and I were in the gift shop over, by Primeval World. And then those two left. I went back to Restaurantosaurus with these guys, informed them what was going on. I think I finished Rachel's food.
Well, then we went to Dinosaur.
And then we went to Dinosaur.
And we came off of Dinosaur, and John was like, I got to go back. I'm not feeling good.
Yeah, he was dead, and I hated every second of Dinosaur because reasons. And then I believe from there, Yumi, Rachel, Paul went all the way over to
We basically took on the rest of the park for the rest of the day, just the four of us, it was incredible.
Well, that's when we did Everest.
And
then we went over to Avatar and did the food, and I got my freaking burger pods, which were so good.
We first did some shopping in Africa. Then we went through Africa, and we went to Pandora.
Yeah,
this was our first time in Pandora.
And I got some burger pods, and
we went
let
to
me tell you
Satuli
something.
Canteen, which you will see in that vlog, or that might be a separate vlog.
I can't explain how they captured the essence of like a McDouble, ground up bread and all into a dumpling, and then gave it the texture of a sloppy Joe with the firmness of
not really.
With the firmness of nothing.
It was a cheeseburger pod. Let's just leave it at that.
There was so much complexity to that little pod.
And those chips, those homemade chips were very good.
Man, those kids down in Tide Pods,
and the blueberry cheesecake thing.
I was not a fan of that.
Cheesecake mousse, not a big fan of that. I do not need to get that again.
I might turn down had someone handed it to me.
Yeah, not that great.
Yeah.
Not
very
great.
odd. I might try it again explicitly to figure out what's going on, but
so after that we decided we would move
Boat
on
ride.
to the Navi River journey. So
which was great because about halfway through we almost got stuck when the water levels weren't high enough and couldn't make it over the freaking belt.
Yeah, we kind of got stuck.
And then
I think our boat maybe should have been loaded a little differently or something.
No.
Was it weight?
It was water level.
It was just the water level.
It was literally somehow, because since I was in very front row, I could see this and she couldn't. If the boat was here, the belt was about here. It was pure water level, which was very, very odd to see. Because the entire time I was looking around, I was like amazed and all, and we started slowing down, so I'm like, oh, I'll just kind of look at the water or whatever, and I started noticing that I was seeing like a decent amount of the track, and I'm like, I don't know if maybe that's just how this ride is, I won't worry about it. And then we hit this belt and we just get bumper to bumper with like 6 boats.
Yeah, we just didn't go anywhere. It was fantastic.
Which was hilarious.
But then after that, so that animatronic in there, the shaman, was an incredible animatronic. Like,
I still think Elsa's better.
I don't know, man. This one was a little more fluid, I think. The movements were unbelievable.
I will say, I didn't realize they had 4 toes until that moment, so whatever that means.
So after the river journey, we went over to Flight of Passage. This was our first time. We had, I don't even know how much time left before the park closed. Real quick,
before you continue, let me get this out there. If you don't like heights, if you don't like soaring, you'll frickin' still probably love this.
Yeah, so the walk, so I think it said it was a 20-minute wait?
It said it was like a 20
or 30 minute wait, I think it said.
Whatever it said, we spent the entire time walking.
Just about.
They have a bathroom in the queue line.
Yeah, it was a 10 to 15 minute walk just back, and I want to say in the vlog I think we said 10 minutes, but I think it took us 15 minutes just to walk back there. And in the middle of the queue line was a bathroom. Now, that's a long queue line. And we didn't even walk the half of it.
Why do you have a queue line that long, Disney? Why did you do this?
Because
this is like...
Because they knew. So, the Flight of Passage. Let me say this. We when we got off of Flight of Passage, we still had, there might have been 10 minutes left that we could have gotten in park opening, that we could have gotten back in line. But we all looked at each other and I'm like, yeah, I really want to ride it again, but I don't want to do that walk. But the walk. We were like, the walk, we can't do the walk again. We could have gotten in line and done it again. However,
if there's more time, I might have done it.
Now let's back up. Flight of Passage is the most amazing ride I've ever been on. It was incredible.
I will say though, don't pull and do what I did and look around too much. That kind of...
Yeah, just keep looking straight ahead and look out. Don't look down at the other people. I did that once, but I was able to get right back into it as soon as I looked straight ahead.
Well, don't look around the screen too much either, because it definitely begins to like tear on the edge of the glasses. Not necessarily on the screen, but because of the glasses. And maybe I just had a bad pair, or maybe it was because they started fogging up. I'm not positive.
No, I was totally fine with it.
So I might have just
It was just amazing. It was mind-blowing. And
gorgeous.
when we got done, before Rachel even got off the vehicle, she said that...
Well, before you say that, just for pure reference, the way this... For those of you who don't know, the restraints are you lean forward and this back piece comes up behind your seat. So it goes...
Yeah.
Across your lower back and across your calves.
Yeah, you're like straddling. It's like straddling a bicycle or a motorcycle. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, or a Tron bike. The second this back plate gives any kind of leeway is when Rachel makes this reaction, which says a lot for her because she doesn't react in general.
Yeah, Rachel says that was breathtaking. And you know
which is funny because I was thinking the same thing.
That is the best word she could have used because it's so true.
Absolutely. Yeah, no other way to describe it.
And you'll see our reaction on the vlog when the Animal Kingdom vlog goes up. You'll see that. It was absolutely amazing.
I completely see why they didn't do VR apart from, the motion sickness factor for older people. But I also, part of me still feels like it might have been a better way to go. Just doing a full-on VR headset and then put you in the thing. However, I completely get why
the way they did it.
I completely get why they didn't do that. I ain't gonna give them crap over that.
Okay, so we've talked about Animal Kingdom. Do we want to talk about our Disney Springs Day? There's not much to talk about.
Honestly, I think we should just talk about Rainforest Cafe and then just go into the out-of-park experiences in general.
Well, what out-of-the-park experiences do we have other than...
Well, I guess Dave and I went swimming. You guys didn't do much outside the...
No, I mean, we hung out at the resort. We went to Disney Springs. That was it. Well, let's do this.
We'll just do out-of-park in general real fast.
Go ahead, real quick.
Because I think Rainforest Cafe, one... I always love the food there, but two, Jacob's reactions to the shows going on.
Yeah, the thunderstorm inside.
God.
His reaction was hysterical. Now, he's only 5.5 months old. His eyes got so big. It was the funniest thing. And he started almost having convulsions every time the thunder went. It was hysterical.
He would kick a lot.
And he looked up at Dave like, Dad, what's going on?
But we're all laughing, and he's just... he was so calm and panicked at the same time.
Yeah, he didn't cry or anything. It was just his face.
He just didn't know how to feel. He's like,
yeah.
We're laughing? Okay.
Yeah.
It
was so cute.
So funny.
It was so cute.
There were a couple moments in Dave's room that were pretty funny. Primarily just Jacob yelling at his father like a freaking demon child. That was the funniest thing.
He's not a demon
Well,
child.
you weren't in the room, which was really, really funny because Dave holds him up, does this, and then as soon as he comes back down, instead of laughing, Jacob just screams in his face.
Well, look at what his father does to him. I would scream in his face too.
It was hilarious. And just pretty much for 10 minutes straight, anytime he would come close to Dave's face, he would just scream as loud as he could. It was hilarious.
Funny. So, and this might be difficult. Well, let's do this. How did you feel about the COVID restrictions?
Yeah, those were hell. Primarily just masks. I can't breathe in them. I wear them for, during my job and all my breaks. I have to wear them nonstop. I think they're the worst things since Hitler. They are so bad. However, The temperature scanning was pretty fast. Come on. What was the other thing that was like? So, you know what? There was
the
no
security.
wait. That's what it was.
The security, you just walked right through.
That was
Temperature checks,
really
you had
nice.
to stop, and they used the little gun.
But that was quick. That was quick. It wasn't.
It was fast.
It wasn't like drawn out.
I would
There's not one line at those.
Yeah, not when we went. I would like to see them implement the walk-through temperature.
I'm fine without
scan.
it. I'm fine without it.
But the security just walking straight through the machine, and that was it. You didn't have to stop. You didn't have to take stuff out of your bag.
That was the best thing they've
was
ever done.
incredible. So thank you for that, COVID, because we needed that.
What we really needed, though, was...
And the masks didn't bother me. It wasn't super hot. There was one day where it was a little hot. Like you'll see in the vlogs where I'm actually having a bit of a hard time because it was warmer, little bit of humidity. It was our last night, and there were a couple of times during our resort tour. I did film a resort tour, and there were a couple of times where I was having a hard time because we were walking and I was trying to read and I was still trying to get air.
That is one thing that definitely bugged me, is like if I'm just kind of in like a public area that's not necessarily employee heavy, I don't enforce the COVID mask thing super heavily. But
well, how are they going to enforce it if they're not standing there?
I
you
know.
can't enforce something you don't see.
But I mean, like, if you're like 20 feet away from the smoking section, you're going down the sidewalk, you pull down your mask, and there just so happens to be that one employee at that one random time, they're gonna say something.
Yeah, so.
And it's just like...
Do you know how many times I walked downstairs, walked out downstairs down that sidewalk you're talking about, and then back up again and didn't bother. I would have it on my chin, and if anybody walked by, I would just pull it up. I mean, our room was literally right next to the elevator. There were many, many times where I'll admit it, I broke the rules. But guess what? There was nobody there. So did I really break the rules?
Yes.
If nobody was there to see it, was a rule really broken?
Yeah, if I shot you in the back, did I really shoot you in the back?
Yeah, I guess.
That is a horrible analogy to you.
But no.
Tree falls in the woods and no one's there.
No, I'm just saying, like, if it's midnight and I'm going downstairs to the smoking area or wherever, like,
it was
but I pretty much wore it the entire time. Like I said, most of the time it was at the minimum on my chin. And as soon as I saw somebody or even heard somebody, I would pull it right up. And I didn't do that all the time. I don't want to give anybody the wrong idea. It wasn't like that. When we were on the buses, when we were in the parks, I always had it on. There was one time, though, where we had stopped to take care of the baby. And we were just in this corner by ourselves. We all had our masks down. Cast member came by, didn't say a word, just let us, because there was nobody else there in this corner that we were in. I mean, nobody. And so we started walking along, and I had completely forgotten to pull it up. Completely forgotten.
Everyone's got masks up except her. And then finally a cast member walks by. Hey, Matt. And
yeah, like a cast member. And all they did was, as they were walking by, they just said, "You have to wear your mask, please." And that was it. They didn't stop. They didn't get in my face. I wasn't even sure they were talking to me. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I had forgotten.
The cast members were at the very least, they weren't Six Flags employees.
No, and they were very courteous about it. There was another time where we were off to the side. There was only 4 of us. We were waiting for Rachel.
Yeah.
We were waiting for Rachel in the bathroom.
That sucked.
And the woman came up and said something, and you could tell she was like a higher tier supervisor or something. She wasn't just your standard cast member. And she walked over and proceeded to basically give us this long explanation of when we could take our mask off and where there were mask rest areas and all of that. To me, it was a little comical. I was just like, oh, no, no problem. We'll just pull it up. It's not a problem.
That's a little bit of an oversell. Because
she went into an explanation.
Yeah, but that's not exactly why. Because it was, hey, would you mind putting... I'm like, oh, whatever. And I remember I said something. I said something in response, and she's like, "Oh, well, there are, mask
Yeah,
spots."
no, I know that it was because
Yeah.
you or John had said something, but it was a very lengthy.
Oh no, I hear you.
And I'm like, you could have just said, like, really, like, and
Well, I'm just saying,
I felt bad the times, and I think that was the only other
that was
time.
the only real time it had happened.
Yeah.
Any other time it was like, oh, we forgot, like, right out of the smoking area or something.
Right.
I was just adding that little bit in because the way you initially said it made it sound like she just did that unprompted. And that's not the case.
Yeah, and I mean it was fine, and I felt bad, and what I felt worse about was like, did they think we were trying to get away with something? Because it wasn't like that at all.
No, I don't think she did.
Yeah,
because I think most of them kind of get like, okay, it's
right.
The people I have an issue with are the ones that don't understand. It's like, if you're having a hard time breathing, like, oh, you want me to choke to death? Screw you, pal. I'm going to take this off for like 5 seconds and I'll be back. Like, relax.
Well, and that's why
when I get an issue.
Well, and that's why, when you need that, that time or whatever, find the closest table, sit down, take it off, act like you're getting something to eat or drink. Because as soon as we sat down at tables and took it off, nobody bothered us.
Yeah, but I think they're not looking there because they just assume. Like, if there's a completely empty area and there's just a couple people at a table with nothing, like, they're going to say something.
Well, maybe not. I don't know.
But
I've even heard from cast members, from other people, that cast members will pretty much leave you alone if you are off to yourself.
Yeah.
And, clearly that was a thing at Hollywood Studios. We were off in that corner all by ourselves. The cast member was going backstage, saw the majority of us with our masks off, and didn't say a word.
Yeah, I think it also helped that we had a baby and we're very obviously dealing with the baby.
Could be.
But, yeah.
Okay, so we've talked, the mask things didn't bother me. I was
they
okay.
almost killed Dave, almost killed me. It was awful. Dave, I will say one comical thing as we were walking down to the pool, Dave and I, he just kind of looked at me. He's like, we don't have to wear our masks in the pool, do we? Like, we're good.
No.
Well, and I just looked at him like, no. He's like, oh, thank God. Like, I'm like, to be fair, it's not that I wouldn't put it past certain places.
No, well, you can't get it wet because you won't be able to breathe. You can't do that.
There was a moment where Jacob, that's what it was. Jacob ripped my mask off, and it was when you guys were in the land. He ripped it off, and there were 2 cast members standing there, and I was surrounded by people. I'm just like, all right, look, guys, you can't say anything. He's double fisting my mask. I'm not trying to get this ripped right now. Like, please don't look over here.
Right.
Let me just deal with this child. Ow, my ear. Please help me. I'm bleeding. I'm dying. Okay, the baby's alone now.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so let's discuss. Should we continue to discuss? Actually, you know what?
Well, what are the options? Continue to discuss random things, or...
Well, I was going to say, let's talk about food, and then maybe next week's podcast, discuss our favorite rides. We actually rode 7 new rides.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe we should discuss those 7 rides separately. Make that a separate one.
We got a bit of time left, though, so we'll see what happens after this. We'll see what happens after this.
All right, I'd really like to make that a separate one.
Well, we'll see.
I'm getting...
I know,
I need to end soon.
I get that, but if we only spend like 2 minutes here...
Well, I doubt that we're talking about food. Okay, so, food, go. Some of your most memorable food items.
Cosmic rays, just in general. That prime rib, so good. And the other one. The other Epcot meat. It wasn't a brisket, what was it? Apparently it wasn't that memorable.
The one from Morocco?
No, that we all had. when they got the cookies and John
beef
got
Wellington.
Yeah.
That was good.
The beef Wellington, that, and the...
Okay, so my favorite food from Festival of the Arts at Epcot, and this is going to sound kind of ridiculous, but that mushroom risotto.
I knew you were going to say it.
It was so good. I
wrong.
loved it. And of course, my favorite dessert, we only had, 2, 3 desserts. That passion fruit mousse was so good.
Yeah, that's pretty yummy. It was very strong.
I didn't think it was strong.
I also went into it. Why are you purring now?
I thought it was light and refreshing. Who's that, Mandy?
Yeah, she's been down there the whole time.
Now we have Mandy under the table instead of Miku. Miku's out there somewhere.
She's guarding us. She's like, that dog won't get to you anymore.
So we decided to let the cats and the dog mix.
Oh yeah,
and
we should tell them about this.
It hasn't been so bad. Well, we can tell them about that another time.
Well,
that's not part of Disney.
But it's
so
funny.
Yeah, of Festival of the Arts, that was my favorite. And let me think, what was my favorite food overall?
I do really like those burger pods, though.
Yeah, you actually went really nutty for the burger pods.
There's something about those that...
And it was good. I did have one taste, and it was good.
I don't know what it is, but
it was not ground beef, either. It was some type of...
right?
It was some type of other... beef, like maybe a ground brisket or something. Like, it was so good.
Could it have been Impossible meat?
I don't believe it was.
Regardless of what it was.
If it was, I have a very hard time believing that.
I mean, that stuff
because it was that good.
I mean, that stuff was... That was crack. I can easily do like 4 of those and be good for a few hours.
Well, okay, so... I really enjoyed the Ronto wrap. I did not mind the pot roast at Docking Bay 7, but I would not go.
Is that what I had?
I would not go get it again. I'm pretty sure you had the chicken, Dan. So I really enjoyed that Ronto wrap. That is something I would definitely go for again. But I'm trying to decide between the 2 steaks, Sanaa or Rainforest Cafe.
I think Rainforest had it, but I only had a little piece. I can't really...
I think I liked Sanaa's better, but I think I enjoyed my overall meal better at Rainforest Cafe.
All right,
I don't know. Because, the desserts from Sanaa. I think I was the only one that tried every single one of them.
I had all but one. And
no, you didn't.
I had 2 of them, yes.
You had the butterscotch? From Sanaa?
From Sanaa, I had 2
You had the
3.
chocolate.
I had the chocolate, and I had something else. Because you had 3 desserts.
Well, it was either coconut rice pudding or butterscotch pudding.
It must have been the pudding. But I definitely had 2 of the 3 because I remember.
Well... The desserts from Sanaa were, oh my goodness, they were so good. They were really, really good.
They're just not my forte.
Okay,
yeah.
It was all about, well, you liked the chocolate mousse.
Oh, yeah, no,
it was a triple,
freaking awesome.
Triple chocolate mousse with strawberries. It was really good.
Although I do wish they would put that off to the side and kind of like you drizzle it on yourself. Because I did think that was a little...
I really liked the butterscotch pudding. That was so good. It had some kind of like a crispy top, like a crumble top, and some some pineapples on it.
Did I snipe a pineapple? Because I definitely meant to.
I don't know.
Anyway, but
so that was really, really good. The Ronto wrap was amazing.
It seems like as far as in park food though, you prefer Galaxy's Edge. I prefer Pandora. Disney, I swear, you're going to take those pods, you're going to take 5 of them, and you're going to make that an appetizer.
They're not going to do that.
If you don't do that,
no,
I'll harm you.
No, first of all, that would be way too much. They would give you, like, 1 as
All
an
right,
appetizer or
no,
something.
then
2 is in the meal.
5 would be just
So-
you get 5 with nothing else, and that's the meal.
Oh, we also ate at Pinocchio's Village House. So we had the pizza there. And that wasn't bad. I gotta say, I liked the sauce. The marinara sauce that came with the breadsticks was delicious. I thought it was very good sauce.
I really liked it in the moment, but as a retrospective, it's whatever. It's not like...
Well, I liked Pinocchio's when they had the chicken parm and the pasta.
I see. I don't
For whatever
remember
reason,
that.
now they're doing all flatbread. Now, I think that could be due to COVID because I know that they had pizza before. So I know that they've limited their menus. But, man, bring back that chicken parm, baby, with the pasta. Because that was good. And the breadstick. Oh, I feel like I could eat just an order of breadsticks and be fine.
The singular breadstick.
The breadsticks were amazing.
I feel like I've missed out on the chicken parm. Because I don't remember ever trying it.
You probably did. I'm sure you would have. So I don't know. I think for me, as far as the food at Disney...
Which park takes it? Do it that way. Which park takes it?
For what we had where we were, Hollywood Studios, Galaxy's Edge gets it for the Rana wrap. But overall, I have to say Sanaa was really good.
I got to give it to those burger pods.
I know. You love yourself some Pandora cheeseburger pods. They are good.
They're nothing to write home about, but they are addictive.
Very tasty.
I had them once.
And those homemade chips were really good.
Oh yeah, but I know you can get those somewhere else. I want to say it's across from Living with the Land.
I don't know.
But yeah, I want to say you can definitely get those one other place because I remember having them before, and they are pretty yummy. But yeah, I don't know. I had a couple plates of those burger pods, and I'm just gonna get 2 of those meals next time I'm good because I can't explain what it is because they're, like I said, nothing. It's a burger wrapped in bread. There's nothing that it's just good. It's kind of comforting.
Yeah, it's like a comfort food for sure.
Yeah.
So I think that we should discuss in-depth rides next podcast.
In-depth rides? Sure.
Well, because there are 7 new rides there. I know that I tried every single one of them. You tried most of them.
I tried all but one, I believe, right?
I think so. Yes, I believe was all but one. Yeah. So I think that should be the next podcast that we should talk about that, and we'll also answer your questions. So any questions?
If there are any.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions about our trip, leave those in the comments, and we can answer those on next week's podcast. You know, if you had questions about something that we touched on that you're wondering, well, what the heck?
We will also toss a post up on the Spencer's Ventures page. It's just like simply, Q&A or whatever. Well, it'll be very obviously marked, and then you can leave questions there, and maybe we'll pull them from there.
Right, absolutely. Facebook. So any questions about our trip, just let us know. And also, when you look at the vlogs, if you have questions regarding something in the vlogs or just a general question, whatever it is. We had a question today on our Magic Kingdom vlog asking where did you guys stay? And I did answer that on there, and I don't know that we specifically said we stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village. Kidani. And you will be seeing a resort tour, not super in depth, but you will see a resort tour of that in the coming couple of weeks or so. So I think that is going to do it for another podcast. We hope that you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We will see you next week, guys, with more Disney talk about our our trip that we just got back from. So, what are you doing?
I'm getting ready to say goodbye to
Okay.
the podcast.
We'll see you guys next